Hey everybody, welcome back to Building SouthLake episode number 53. Hopefully if everything goes according to plan. So I actually did record this video already, but then when I was editing the video, I found out that my mic was all messed up, my audio was really low, and there was a big buzzing noise. So if you do hear a buzzing noise, hopefully it isn't as bad and you hopefully can't hear it as much. So we already do have a subscriber of the week, and it was it was Riley Goad. So he is our subscriber of the week this week, and again, I already did record this video, that's why it is there. So basically, in the last video that I recorded, we actually just kind of worked on the subway station a little bit, and the main reason for that is because at work, I've actually been working on a subway station in New York, and I think it's actually pretty cool, and I kind of realized, like, you know, how to make it look a little bit more realistic, how it should look a little bit to an extent, you know, just kind of going from there. And so it's more just kind of doing some renovations and doing such things like that to kind of make it feel more realistic, because if I am being honest, you know, the subway expanded out too much. But in my opinion, they're also not as good as they should be, and I have gotten very picky about some of the things that I add into the city now, mainly because like I have a different standard of building than I used to when I really first started the city, and you'll actually kind of see that in a lot of my recent builds compared to some of my older ones. You're going to see that some of the newer ones definitely have some more realism to it, and they're also thought out a little bit better, which is something I'm actually really happy with. It's taken a long time to get to where I am now, to where I'm kind of happy with where I am, but of course, like anything, I still have a lot of room for improvement. So today I actually have a couple things I want to talk about. So this video might come off as a, what would be the best word to describe it? Kind of like a, I can't think of the word, like I know what I'm thinking of. Like a really big motoring episode, and you'll kind of see why like as we go. But basically what happened was a couple days ago on Saturday, so this is coming out on Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday is when this is coming out. Also, why did I put these down? I didn't mean to do that yet. I got into a car accident. Now before you guys go, oh my god, what happened? I am perfectly fine, my girlfriend is fine, she was in the car with me, nobody was hurt in the accident, and the other main thing to kind of note there is that it was not my fault in the accident, which is actually a really good thing. Because what that means is her insurance is going to pay for my car, and that makes me really happy, because then, well, one, I'm not really happy because my car is damaged, and some of you guys may know I have a new 2015 Mustang, and so it kind of hurt because I only got it like 2 months ago, and this lady was trying to pull across an intersection, and I'm not sure how it is in the UK or any other places, but in America, what we usually have is we have at a intersection, we have a flashing yellow light. Now what the flashing yellow means is that if there's nobody coming and you're trying to turn left onto a highway against oncoming traffic, you know, you're trying to pull into an off-road. And the base of the whole point of it is to make it to where traffic doesn't get as congested at the light, especially if there's nobody really coming, you can go if it is clear. Now that's what she tried to do, but obviously it wasn't clear, and so I slammed on my brakes and I hit the back end of her car. Excuse me, guys. And so, like I said, luckily it is her fault, not mine. And again, all of us are okay. Nobody was hurt in the incident, which is probably the main thing out of all accidents. Is as long as everybody's okay, you know, my car can be replaced, and so can my bumper, things like that. So I'm very lucky in that point of view, I guess. But it does really hurt to kind of, you know, see my car go through that, especially since I got it just 2 months ago and just different things like that. And I actually made a joke to my girlfriend at the time, and I told her, oh, well, I guess it's time to get a GT. Because I like to joke around about a lot of things. It's just my personality and how I cope with things and just how I am in general. And you guys might not see that too much in some of my videos. Hopefully you can, but in some you might not be able to. But anyways, so I have a really good joking personality. I'm really sarcastic all the time, especially around my friends, things like that. And so I just kind of joke. This means it's time for me to get a GT Mustang. Because as of right now, I have the new EcoBoost 4-cylinder. Which, you're probably thinking the same thing. Why does it seem like one block too low? You're probably thinking the exact same thing I was thinking. And it's like, a 4-cylinder? Yes, and I'll tell you the only reason why I do have it And the reason I have it is because Ford kind of made it to where you kind of had to if you wanted any creature comforts in your car. For example, if you wanted heated and cooled seats, if you wanted anything like that, leather seats, and you had to get either the GT, which costs more obviously for all that stuff, that would cost around $40,000, and then you have the new EcoBoost, which is basically a 4-cylinder with a turbocharger on it. And so basically they kind of forced you into either, again, buying the GT or the 4-cylinder, and the V6 is just your your most basic, standard vehicle now, which, kind of sucks. But, that's kind of why I was forced to get a 4-cylinder, because I didn't have the money at the time for a GT. Only thing that really does suck is if I would have waited just one more month to buy my car, I could have probably afforded a GT. And only reason that happened is because I couldn't predict the future. About 1 month later, I got my career, so that kind of kickstarted things. Dang it, keep forgetting about those. And so, it's just one of those really unfortunate timing, but I'm still happy with what I have kind of things, because I still love my car. It's still a very fun car and looks very good. And I actually haven't mentioned this too much on this channel, but I actually do have a car channel that I just kind of review cars on. Now, it's kind of just getting started, and I haven't really done too much on it, so there's not all too much yet. But at the moment, I did review my car, my 2015 Mustang. I just kind of reviewed it real quick. And if you guys do want to go support that channel, that is totally up to you. There's a big difference between a gaming channel and a car channel, and I do know that. And that's why I haven't really brought it up. I didn't make any videos about it. But I figured, hey, why not just bring it up since we're talking about cars already? And basically it's called All Things Auto, and basically, like I said, I just kind of review cars. I only have one video up as of now, but I do want to get more in the future, because I do like cars. I love the passion that goes into, some of these exotic cars, and just any car in general. There is a lot of development that goes in behind it, which is kind of cool, and you can actually kind of see that when you're kind of test driving them a little bit. And I just like making videos to where you can kind of inform people on your opinion and things like that. Kind of like with this channel, I started off with tutorials, which is kind of the same thing as reviewing to an extent. So it's just one of those things that I do like to do. And let's put these here. I cannot really wait to upgrade my subway stations. And they're probably actually going to be a lot bigger too. I'm not just going to actually just redo the station, because I actually do like the station itself. I just don't like the way it leads up, from the ground to the actual station itself. I don't like how that looks, because that part isn't exactly realistic. And put this here. There we go. Are we good on both sides? I can't remember if we did. No, we did not. Ugh. This is the only tedious part, having to replace all the just regular rails with anvils, because anvils look so much better. And yeah, so if you do want to go support that channel, that is totally up to you. Like I said, you're not going to get as many videos, a week as you would for this channel, because reviewing cars and playing video games, very big difference when it comes to how many videos and the setup it kind of takes. So usually you might see maybe one video a month, just kind of things like that, because it does take a little bit more to, get those videos out, because one, I can't just go out and say I want this car. And that is another hard part, is when you're first starting off a channel like that, it's more of well, why should I, coming from the dealership's point of view, why should I let this person drive my car, kind of thing. And which is totally understandable. I don't blame them for that. It's just one of those things where until you're proven, you're not really going to get, hopefully, too many eyes on you and people kind of willing to help a little bit. Might be the best way to put that. It's like that with anything, but, more so towards that kind of channel if you want to go towards that. So earlier, I'm kind of jumping around to a new subject here, but earlier I did mention, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this in any other of my videos, but hopefully you guys can actually hear a different sound quality with my voice. Hopefully it does sound a little bit more clear, because I did get a new mic, and like I said earlier, I actually ran into some problems, mainly because this mic is a little bit more complicated than the one I have, and the reason for that is it is a XLR mic, and there is a big difference between a XLR and a USB, which is what I had before. And XLR basically gives you better sound quality and also better control over your actual audio itself. So if I wanted to turn down my gain at the moment, I could. but I kind of like where it is at the moment. It seems like it's in a good location for it. So mainly you just get better sound quality, which is the whole thing of a mic, is you want good sound quality, right? I mean, my channel has grown to where, you know, I need to have the best sound quality I can possibly get. And I found out about the mic I got because of one of the channels I watch called Achievement Hunter. Did a lot of research and I found the mic I wanted to get. And the thing is, it's actually cheaper than the one I had. The one I had before was a Yeti Pro. And it's a good mic, don't get me wrong. It can also be used as an XLR mic. But the problem is, it's such a very big mic that you can't really use it for anything when it comes to a new microphone stand, which is something else I also got. Because my new microphone stand actually allows me to kind of lean back and relax a little bit more when it comes to recording videos and things like that, which is something I've always wanted because this new microphone stand does swivel, which makes things really nice for me, and it extends. It's called the Rode PSA1, and it is a little bit more on the expensive side. I know I don't really talk about prices and things like that usually on my videos, but I mean, in all honesty, everything was pretty reasonably priced. Now, granted, with a XLR mic, you do need more things to kind of make it work, and that's why it is a little bit more tricky. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Man, I really do like the stadium. It looks really good in my opinion. I got distracted. Yeah, but basically, like, long story short, you know, there's a lot more complicated wiring and things like that that really go into making a XLR mic work rather than your standard USB, because there is just more, you know, equipment that really goes into making it work. So we actually might call it quits for this part. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated. So if you do have any questions for me in the comments, let me know. Also, we're also going to... So kind of going off I was in a car accident a couple of days ago. I want you to let me know in the comments if you've ever been into a car accident, whether you were a passenger or if you were driving. Now, hopefully, of course, everybody is okay. I would like more of the positive stories and making sure everybody's okay in those stories, you know. And maybe if we get a good response out of doing something like this, we can actually do it every week. Kind of like subscriber of the week kind of thing. So, I will see you guys tomorrow for an episode of The Vision and tomorrow for another episode of Building SouthLake. So, bye-bye, everyone.